Welcome back to another episode of Through Our Lens, where I bring people on to, let's, talk about things through their own perspectives. And today, I got the one and only legendary. What's up, man?
Legendary Shots That P is in the house.
What's popping? What's popping? First of all, I want to say thank you for coming on.
Absolutely.
I've never met her. I reached out because I'm just like I just love like black excellence. I love like how people move, especially if they seem solid. And like I said, I never met her, and I just reached out. Like I was just like, let me just reach out and ask her would she like to be on my podcast. So you own, man.
I
So
am.
man, tell the people about yourself, a little bit about yourself. Where you from?
Listen, I'm from Virginia. Okay. I've been doing photography for a little while. I came to California about 3 years ago, and I just moved to the area a couple months ago. So it's been a journey. It's been a long journey for me.
That's good. So you said that you started doing photography. Like when did you start doing photography? Like
My first time holding a camera, I was 10 years old.
10?
I was 10. My mom handed me the camera, and I had a ball with it. I mean, it was like my everything. I gave her the camera back so we can go and upload the photos,
Yeah.
and man, it went left. I never seen that camera again. I don't know what happened to it. And then my grandfather gave me some film cameras.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do with those. So I ended up going to high school. I took film, and then I took digital all 4 years, and I fell in love with it. It was just something that I couldn't let go.
That's dope, man. Like to hear that, cause I feel like I never really had like a love or a passion for photography. When I came up, all everybody parents, they put you through church. So I'm in church and I can't like not do nothing in church. So they like, all right, you gonna do something, you gonna be an usher, you gonna work the cameras, whatever. So we would like before live streaming was like live streaming, like I forgot I had to be like 15 or something like that. Probably 16, 15 something. And they were recording services. So I hopped up there and I was recording and I ended up liking it. Like I was working the switchboard and all that, like in the back, stuff like that. But I like took a detour. I walked away from church, all that stuff, and I was in the streets. So I never really like had a love for it. I played football, and then this is when I met her. So I ended up dislocating my shoulder, and it like playing football, and it like
It's
took
always happening to the best players.
even it, bruh. It messed me up. So like, depression is real, but I never really
Absolutely.
witnessed it. Well, I witnessed it once, but I like, as far as injuries and trying to heal up and all that stuff. So when I hurt myself, I had some time and I was rehabbing, trying to get back. But then we had met each other, and she was doing photography, and I noticed, I'm like, she just like, I don't know, she was like having fun doing what she was doing. And not saying I wasn't having fun with football, but like them injuries, when they start adding up, you know what I'm saying? You start going like, you start having mental dips. So she had an extra, I think she had a Rebel T6.
Oh man, that's what I started with.
Bruh.
Fancy.
You know what I'm saying? So she had the Rebel T6, and then all of a sudden rewind. So she had a Rebel T6, and all of a sudden she upgraded to the 6D. So she had the Rebel sitting around. I'm like, hey, can I use your camera? And once I picked the camera up, and mind you, my shoulder at the time, it was like feeling a little bit better. But so when I picked the camera up, I'm like, we going out shooting, and I'm with her and stuff like that. And then she introduced me to her mentor, and ever since then, I think 2019 is when I like took it serious.
All right.
And so I've been doing it full time for like 2.5 years, almost 3. Like next year it'll be 3 years.
Oh, that's not bad.
So like to hear people like I be like, dang, y'all really, really was like in love with this since a jit.
Absolutely.
Like before, and me, I'm just hopping in it, and then you know what I'm saying? Even though I touched it a little bit, but it's just like, dang, man. So
You
like,
that gets more than just a picture, huh?
you know what I'm saying? No way, it's crazy. I'm like, oh, so this is more to this, like editing and like all of this stuff. I remember learning about megapixel. I'm like, bro, do I gotta learn about stuff like that? Like ISO. I'm like, bro, this is too much.
I used to say iOS. That's what I used to say. iOS. I never said ISO. I used to get it wrong all the
Bruh.
time, and it made it seem like I didn't know what I was talking about. But I be just doing what I know. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
that's all I know. I just know that I'm legendary with my shit.
Yeah,
That's
hey,
all I know.
You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because people would correct me all the time. I would say f-stop. I'd be like, oh yeah, like change your f-stop. They'd be like, huh? I'm like, yo, f-stop.
I say
You
the
mean
same thing.
My aperture? I'm like,
No,
same-
bro, the F stop.
Yo, f-stop, buddy. Like, what
Stop
are you?
speaking Spanish and go off what I said. I said the F stop.
I said what I said.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But so okay, so you ran through like the early stages of how you started. So take me through like when it got like when you took it serious.
Oh man, when I took it serious, I had just had my second daughter, and my husband was like, "Yo, you still love photography. Why don't you just pick that back up?" Because I couldn't. I was trying so hard to get into the military, and I could. Man, I felt dumb as doorknobs. I could not pass that ASVAB to save a life, and it made me feel so stupid. And then I started to realize I'm not meant to work under nobody. You know, and that's I'm not that type of woman. I'm not that type of girl. And I always had an issue working with people at 9 to 5s. Either the management was just terrible, or it was just too much. It was just like, yo, this is way too much for me. I can't. And they used to always tell me the same thing. You think you the boss? I'm like, you know what? Cause I am. I am. And you know what? I quit just cause of what you just said.
Look. You know what's so crazy? This sounds bad, but every job that I had, I got fired. And mind you, I don't know. Like, I don't know why. Like, I would literally I would try to be the best employee I could be. But when I tell you it just wouldn't work. Like, I literally thought something was wrong with me. Like, my mom got me my first job because it was a job that she worked at.
Right.
And I'm talking about, I'm trying to do my best. But it was one of those things where, like, every time, once I would go in, I would feel very confined. You know what I'm saying? And this was mentally, and I'm just like, why do I feel like that? And I would always, I would try to branch out, do other stuff. But like I said, I was in the streets, and when I say in the streets, I used to gangbang. So it's one of those, it's one of those things where I'm gonna go to work, then I'm gonna be in the streets. I'll go to work, I'll be with the homies, stuff like that. And I think where my mind switched was after I got fired from my first job. I appreciate my manager. This is what he did, my old manager. I walked up in there because I felt like I let my mom down. Because when somebody put their name,
right,
when they put their name on it, you want to kind of show up. So I walked in there. He was like, "Hey man, tell your son to come in." So I came in. I'm like, "Man, what are you about to say?" So I walked in his office and he gave me an envelope. Your last check. So he gave me my last check and he was like, "Hey man," he was like, "Don't be sad about this." He said, "This is only a pit stop." And I was like,
oh, we got a related story.
You feel me?
We got a related story.
He said, "This is only a pit stop." He was like, don't hang your hat on this. Like, this ain't just, you know what I'm saying? This is a pit stop. And I will always remember that. So every job I got, I had it was just my last job. I quit my last job in 2020. I came into work and it was right when COVID hit.
Right.
And I didn't even know what it was. They were just talking about people was getting sick. So I walk in, I'm over here spraying stuff down. I'm like, "Look, bro, you know what I'm saying? I want to make sure I ain't trying to get sick." And I had a sweater on. It was raining around March that time. And bro had a problem with me wearing my sweater. And I'm like, "Bro, it's cold. I don't want to get sick." And he sent me home. And when he sent me home, I was like, "Oh, I'm not going back." But I was doing photography. We would be on sets. We would be shadowing her mentor. And we would be on sets. And I would see, the checks that they would write him. I would see, oh, he having fun doing what he doing. And I remember the last job I worked at, the day I got hired, I was like, I'm not supposed to be here. I didn't know why. But it was like that for every job that I had. I'm not supposed to be here. So the fact that you said, people were like, you act like you the boss. Because I am. You know what I'm saying? And look at God now. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna tell you no. I mean, you said it. I ain't said it.
You feel me? you put that on my name.
You put that in the air because the universe don't even know if you joking at this point.
You know what I'm saying?
So it is what it is.
You put it out there. Now I'm gonna step into it.
You gotta think twice.
You know what I'm saying?
Think twice.
That's crazy, bro. So what was your did you have to shadow people coming in or?
You know what? I have never shadowed anybody. Never. I am completely self-taught. I have asked to shadow people here.
Yeah.
Um, that never worked out. When I tell you, people out here are very with they own, and they very gatekeepish.
Ooh,
That's just what it is.
Let's talk about. Ooh,
And look, anybody
come
that
on.
know
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Yep.
So
Keep it a band.
you can ask anybody, hey, what's this location? Oh, I found this location, so I can't tell you. And it be stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I'd be like, either way, I'm gonna get in the gate. You can try to lock it all you want. I can climb this motherfucker. It ain't gonna stop me from getting in the gate.
like let's be honest. Like I remember I was actually talking to a friend, and I told her the way my mental is that the door you don't gotta open it. You feel me? Like
Right.
if it's cracked, if it's a little air seeping through, I'ma go through it. I'ma break it down. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why people are like that. I remember us meeting somebody, and the person told me like we do the same thing. I get it, but she was like, we in the same field. Like you my competition. And I'm
Oh
just like,
man,
it's
yeah.
so much.
I've heard that before too.
It's so much out here. Like we can all thrive.
I thought LA was big, and I knew when I came here, I was like, man, there's gonna be so many creatives to meet. It's gonna be so many different people I can be around and learn from. Man, let me tell you, I ain't been to lunch, dinner, cocktail, bar. I ain't been to raw mussels, sushi, or nothing with nobody. I don't know nothing. Like I had a few associates that I've had lunch with, but I do not have a crowd of women or a crowd of people that I hang with on a daily basis, because it gets to a point where I feel like in the photography world, it's like everybody's trying to one up. It's not really nothing genuine, so I try to
Yeah.
keep it 1 and 2 and done.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
We can
very
do
true.
a little meet and greet here and there. We can have lunch here and there, but it's like the way from what I've experienced in the past 4 years being here, it's pose as a friend, work as a spy.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
And that is just something that I've learned. And I had to learn to take my emotions out of it when it come down to certain people, because I take friendship seriously.
Facts.
So it's like when you
That's
play
crazy.
me, when you play me, I'm like, dang, that's the type of picture we taking and we putting that on the wall for the rest of our
Exactly.
lives. Cool, that's the memory you want to keep. All right.
I feel like integrity is everything, bro. Like that's why before we even start recording, I said like it's so rare to meet good people, and lately we literally been running into good individuals, and like that's like just like how you said, it's crazy how like you can come from the total opposite side of the world and have the same morals and have the same, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand. Like I get it though. Like I don't get it why people come out here and they feel like it is the dog eat dog world,
Right.
but it's just one of those things where like at the end of the day, it's like I don't get it. Like I don't understand why you got to step on somebody to get to where you got to go.
I seen a lot of posts, with people from LA, and they're like, y'all come out here from 3,000 miles away, or like from all these miles away, and then y'all expect things to be handed to you. And it's like, nobody expects anything to be handed to them.
Facts.
That's not the case.
Yeah.
But do I expect my people to work against me? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I expect, my brothers and sisters to help me get to where I am. Especially if you know the answer, especially if you felt the struggle, you've been there, you've been at the bottom. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I don't want to watch nobody fall on their face because I feel like they gotta feel that.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Man.
If I got the answers, and if I know the source, and I know your work, and I see the skill, I'm making a call.
Look, what you just said explains. My mentor don't even like me calling him my mentor. Like he like, bro, you my homie, you my dog. You know what I'm saying? But one thing he told me, he was like, bro, because he self-taught too. From DMV. Oh, he from New York, but he moved to the DMV.
He knows something.
You know what I'm saying? So he told me, he was just like, bro, I've been doing this for 12 years. He was like, what I've shown you in 12 years, I mean, what I've shown you in a year or 2 years is what I learned in 12 years. So you're already caught up. Like you're so much caught up. You don't have to go through what I went through. You know what I'm saying? Like how you said, I don't feel like a person should have to fall on their face because they got to learn all. You got to go through that too. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, what happened to extending the ladder down? You know what I'm saying? Keeping the ladder down.
I never understood it when my mom said it to me. We used to argue about it all the time when I was in high school. I used to tell her, man, just let me make the mistake. Just let me make the mistake.
Oh,
And now that I'm 27, I regret saying those exact words to her because I'm literally stressed out. When I tell you I don't like making no more mistakes, I will say no, not
yeah,
to put myself in a certain situation because
yeah,
I'm telling you, I'd rather just help a person get through it versus watching them fall and crawl and cry and
yep,
get in a creative block or
yep,
just simply believe that this is not for me.
yeah,
You know, because I've had those moments where I'm just like, I'm about to put this junk out.
yeah,
Forget it. Like,
yep,
I don't see no point. I love it, and I kept the camera kept falling back in my lap for some odd reason. I kept coming up with ideas. I took a break for like a year. Came back, started doing recreations, and then Halle Berry posted it, and then some other people posted it, and then this random guy came out the blue with Sierra and Russ. And
There
it
we
was
go.
just like somebody said last time, because I thought about taking another break.
Yeah,
Somebody was like, the last time you took a break, you came up with Sierra and Russ. And I'm like, nah, you right. If I take another break, you think I'm going to get Beyonce and Jay-Z?
you burnt. She
Like, let me
burnt
tell you
out,
something. Look, let me take another break and let me see who I get next, okay?
man. You know what? What you said, like, what you told your mom, like, let me go through it. I remember, it was this dude, like in high school. He, I would say a mentor, low key, yeah, like a mentor. And I didn't even know what a mentor was back then. But he would pour so much into us, and I remember him telling us, like, he was like, bro, don't. He was like, don't be. He was like, don't be the example. He was like, learn from somebody else's example. Like, learn from somebody else's mistake. Don't be that. Don't be the person that's on the, oh, yeah, don't be like him. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, I never understood it because, like how you said,
Right.
like, bro, let me live my life. Let me go through the things I need to go through. But that's so good that, like, I don't know. That's so good that you getting it now because some people never get it.
It took a minute.
You know what I'm
It took a
saying?
minute.
But sometimes you got to take the stairs. You know what I'm saying?
Look, let me tell you, I'm too fat to take the stairs. I ain't taking the stairs no more. Elevator me, please. Okay?
Bruh.
Elevator me, please. I ain't taking no more flights. I'm going to be taking stairs forever.
Bruh. That's crazy, man. Hey,
No.
look, I don't know, man. Like, sometimes I think I'll be like, is this industry not it's not even I don't even like saying the industry, but I'll be like, is this thing for me?
No, that's something that I feel like as a creative, that's something that we ask ourselves every single day. I just asked myself that this morning at 3:45 a.m. For real. I'm like, yo, is this I'm in a creative block. Like and I'm not scared to say that. I'm not embarrassed. You know, we get on social media, we only supposed to post the good things. Because that's supposedly what gets us the clients. We gotta stay professional, but at the end of the day, people want to know who you are.
Yeah.
If they don't know who you are,
Facts.
you know what I'm saying? It's like, how can I even trust you? You know, I want to
Yeah.
build relationships with these people so they keep coming back.
Right.
So for me, it was just like sometimes I really be in a creative block and I don't like, I had so many people reach out for recreations and the answer is no. I don't have the drive to get up and do this for you because
Yeah.
that's not the stage that I'm at anymore in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I
So-
don't want to be known as that.
So for the people that don't know what recreations is, what is recreation?
So like recreating like 90s movies or hip hop artists or people in history, you know what I'm saying? So I recreated Set It Off. I recreated Baps. I recreated Life Size. What else did I recreate? I recreated something else. It was something else that I did. I can't remember at this moment, but I did something else. Can't remember. But I did a lot of things, okay? And
Yeah.
Baps and Set It Off. Oh, Mean Girls. And Baps and Set It Off took off. I mean, they went crazy, and I think that's really how I got to where I am.
Yeah.
Even I couldn't have done any of that without the team, though.
Yeah.
Everybody worked for free. Everybody that showed up, nobody paid a dime. We all came together and had fun.
And just created.
And just created. It was two girls that came from DMV, actually, was moving here same day as the shoot.
Oh,
and I
that's-
used one of them as a stylist, and I used the other one as a videographer.
That's crazy.
And she came on the flight with the clothes and her boxes and her clothes, moved into her apartment the same day and showed up to the shoot and got the model's dress. That's Autumn and Vashawn for y'all, okay?
Hey, yeah, name, yeah. Shine some light on
Man.
them. You know what I'm saying? Like, why
No,
not?
those recreation days was probably my best days, and I thought to myself too, like, maybe I should get back into the recreations
Yeah,
to, put my page back at the status. But
yeah,
I realized that's not the level that I'm at no more. We at a whole different level.
yeah. Nah,
It
I,
changes.
I think that's one thing that like, I think that's one thing that is low key hard is knowing when to turn the page to the
Right.
next chapter. You know what I'm saying? Because something like it's that's what they call waves. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes something is like hot, but it's just like, okay, how long am I going to, how long am I supposed to be here? You know what I'm saying? How long am I supposed to stay in this pocket? But I got another question for you. What would you say you wish you knew before you started photography?
I wish, honestly, I wish I knew lighting packed down. I mean,
That's so important.
I know y'all probably was expecting a little deeper answer than that.
That's
But
important
that's
though.
an actual deep answer. I really wish I knew lighting because I started off with natural light. I'm pretty
Me
sure
too.
nobody knew that, honestly. Started off with natural light. And it became so difficult for me because switching the settings outside is not it. So I took
Yeah,
it upon myself to learn studio lighting.
yeah.
Let me tell you something, I still don't know. I
Look,
still don't know. I got one light, Godox AD200. That is all I use.
look.
That's the only light that I have.
Look, when I tell you, when I like how you just said, you learned off of natural light. When I met her, she shooting off of natural light. Her mentor shooting off of natural light, and what happened was that I was stuck because I'm like, we came down here so many times because we live like in South Central, so like we would come like downtown would be foreign to us, so we would go, oh, let's go downtown, let's just take pictures. So we came downtown to LA Live and we just taking pictures, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be a nighttime photographer. You know, I'm just all over the place. Like, oh yeah, like,
Hey,
ooh,
look,
this hard.
fresh meat.
Yeah, like you feel me? And it's crazy because like when I met my mentor, I think he was peeping game. He was just like, okay. And one time he called me, he was like, come and assist me. Like come and like shadow me. No, not even
Oh, man,
shadow.
that's great.
He said come and assist me. Not sit back and watch, but come help me. So I'm like, all right, bet. This was the first time that I physically seen a person use reflectors, lights outside. We was in Malibu. And I'm like, and then mind you, he's not showing me, but like I'm seeing it pop up because I think at the time he had it tethering. And I'm like, that looked edited and you just shot that. I'm like, how are you doing that? And I just sat back and I'm like, and then on the car ride back home, he was just like, hey man, he was just like, he was like, he showed me this email. The email said, the reason why we keep hiring you, the reason why we keep having you come back is because you are a master of light. And he was like, where the money at, D, is in this
Lights.
artificial light. He
It's
was
the
like,
lights.
get you a light.
It's the lights, man. I didn't realize it until look, call me crazy. I didn't realize until last year that it was the lights. It was the lights. It's Photoshop. Like people be looking at the photos and be like, "Yo, how did he extend her leg like that?" You know how long it took me to figure out that this man didn't even use a fisheye lens. He did this in Photoshop. It took me a minute to grasp. I'm like, yo, all this time I've been trying to search every YouTube, going across every Nigerian, man.
Bro, hey, no, that's real. They be on it too with
They are
with
the
the retouches.
retouch kings. I
Hey.
be like, Lord Jesus, teach me how to stretch this thigh,
Bruh.
please.
Bruh.
I just figured it out off of another female photographer's, what's her thing called? Retouching thing. I just figured it. She showed me first video, the first minute, she literally stretched that girl legs. I said, oh,
That's all I
found the
needed.
key. I found the key.
That's all I needed. Man, no,
That was it.
I know it feel like we kind of jump into each topic, but one thing I do want to, and this is off the dribble, one thing that I want to say, that I paid attention, like I peep your page, I peep like who you work with, but what I love about what you do is that you bring people along. I don't know the other photographer name. What's her name? It start with a B. Is it Bree? You bring her along to shoot Sierra.
Oh Oh, Tisha.
Ooh, I don't know why
Love
I
her.
said Bree. Tisha. I don't know. Like I said, I just met you today, but what I love is that like you aren't afraid to work with people.
Let me tell you, I'm not afraid to work with people at all. Tisha deserved that spot. And I only say that because when I first met her, let me tell you, she's a natural light photographer, but she can do a lot.
She cold.
She cold with it.
I asked her to come on too.
Oh, you did? Look,
I
let
asked
me
her to
tell
come
you.
on too.
That's my girl. She
Yeah,
cold.
yeah.
But when I tell you she knows, one thing I love about her and one thing that I've learned from her,
Yeah,
as a woman, she knows who she is.
that's good.
And when I met her, I didn't know who I was. Had no clue.
Yeah,
And sometimes as women that can take a toll when you have one friend who doesn't know who they is and you got another person. I know who I am.
yeah. And it feel like you
It feel
kind of pulling them along.
You pulling them along.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
You draining that. You know, so that's one person that I can honestly say helped me a little bit to where I am right now as a woman. It took me a while. Like I had a lot of insecurities and bad attitudes going around for a minute, like for
Yeah.
a long time. And then I met her and I learned, you know, from her. And then I seen she had sisters, and I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, they all carried themselves so well.
Yeah,
But when she come on the show, and just watch her answer the questions, and you gonna be like, yo, this is what Legendary was talking about.
okay, for
Like
sure.
she has, her mindset is completely different. Like you can tell that she had her own real authentic experiences in life, and she can actually teach you something.
That's good.
I
And,
wanted her to be my mentor.
and did you bring her on?
So yeah, I brought her with me. I wanted the extra hand, but I really wanted, because
That's
you know
dope,
what? To be
bruh.
real, I took her with me with Neo. I had an opportunity to shoot Neo in
Yeah.
Atlanta, and I ain't gonna lie to you, yo. God was leading me to her. I tell her this the story. I tell her this every single
That's
time.
good,
Like
man.
God led me to you. I don't know why. I was supposed to take another girl, and I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't. It was for a reason.
Okay.
God showed me why I didn't.
Right.
But I ended up taking Tisha, and it was a great experience. We showed out in Atlanta. Okay, we showed out, and then I ended up doing C, and then someone was telling me to bring her again.
That's
And
good.
it's been a great experience since. I hope it takes her as far as it takes me.
Bruh,
For
it's so
real.
crazy because like I said, like I don't even remember I don't remember when I followed her. I remember when I followed you. I seen your when you when you reshot the stuff, like the what did you call it again?
The recreation.
The recreation.
What you call it again?
I'm like, man. And
Call it
I
X
remember
style.
that because I'm like, oh, this cold. Like whoever did that was cold. And then obviously it popped up, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I started peeping, but I don't remember. I just remember seeing a lot of people. Like I follow a lot of people that she's shot before. So I'm like, who is the photographer? Like who is doing this great work? Tapped in, and I'm looking. I'm like, oh, she cold. But just to like, I that's why this thing is called Through Our Lens. I love hearing like who the person is behind, their perspective,
Right.
and like who they are. And like I said, I'm hearing about her before she even come on. So look, if you watching this, I just can't wait until you come on, because she is hyping you up, and I can't wait to like learn from you. Because if she learning from you, and it's like just like how you said, people get led to people. Like I said, me and Destiny have been like bumping into a lot of great individuals. You know what I'm saying? And you one of them.
I'm one of them.
You one of 'em,
Oh
like-
shit. Ooh. Oh shit.
Bruh. Like I am. Oh, okay. I am like I'm just glad that like God is like just surrounding us with good people, because like how you said, it's only like one or two people. Like how they say like a small circle is, it's good to have a small circle.
It's really good to
You
have
know
a
what I'm
small
saying?
circle.
And I'm 100% with that. Like I agree with that 100%. But I'm just like, dang, like I just didn't know it was like this. It's like a Shark Tank in this creative world.
Nah, I really taught myself to do a what's that shit called? A circle reach. Make a circle with the crowd, with the best people in your life. If you can reach the next person, that circle tight enough. Don't make the circle any bigger than that.
Ooh, that's a
Arm
gem.
reach.
That's a
Goddamn it.
gem.
Everybody cross their arms. You can reach the next person. We good. We don't need to add no more motherfuckers to this damn circle.
Hey,
No.
hey, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna use that. I like that, man, because
You got to.
it is hard. So I got one more. Well, not one more. I got another question for you. What happened? Okay. What would be what would be a piece of advice that you would give to somebody that has probably had a role like yours or worse? Like what would you give them? Like a nugget that you can like help them through.
I'm gonna sit up for this one.
Oh yeah, okay. Okay, let me
Sit
sit up with you.
Which camera we talking to?
This
One
you.
right here.
Yeah.
All right. Know who you are. Whatever room you walk into, you have to understand that God put you in that room for a reason. He's not going to deliver your mail to the wrong address ever. Believe me. Whatever he delivered to you is yours. So if you in that room with everybody else, because you belong there. That's one thing that I had to teach myself. Going in rooms and feeling like I didn't belong because I ain't know nobody, or everybody was dressed different, or you know what I'm saying, it made me feel invisible.
Yeah.
Make yourself visible. It's ways, and the only way is being yourself. Don't act different. If you buck wild, you buck wild, and whoever gonna vibe with you, they gonna vibe, and if they not, they just not. But take your emotions out of it and just understand that you belong just like everybody else.
That's good, bro. Look, you know what? I think one thing that helped me was, and I tell a lot of people be like, why you don't tell your story? The reason why I don't, because I don't like glorifying it. But one thing that I feel like was positive was this: in the streets, they bank on you being real, right? Oh, you gotta be a real nigga. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like translating that into photography, I've always told myself, be you. Like I remember I got the opportunity to shoot in 2020 the NAACP awards, and through Destiny's mentor, he threw the alley hoop, and I was working with Connie Orlando. I think she's like the president or some of music with BET, and everybody, you know, it's black tie, right? I popped up there with a blue hat on, with a crew neck. I forgot, bruh. I'm talking about louder than a highlighter, and I was just being me. I stepped up in there, and but that's one thing that I pride myself on. Like, it's just be me. Like God is not gonna bless who you pretend to be. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like every time I show up, like people be like, "Oh, Darnell, you do this, or you be looking like this, or the way you talk." Like, I don't believe in code switching. I don't believe in like doing none of that. Like, accept me for who I am, and if you don't, kick rocks. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't rock with that. But I appreciate you for saying that, because knowing who you are, like, I feel like I didn't know who I was. I used to be a follower coming up when I was younger. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
So like,
no, for real.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you, because I moved here thinking that I had to wear dresses and heels every chance I got, and I tried it, bro. And I was like, yo, how do these girls be wearing with these ugly toes? I can't do this shit, man. I ain't cut my toes since last 2 years. I don't know what's going on, you know, up in here in these shoes and these sneakers. Right. I had to realize that this is just who I was. I'm a sweatpants, hoodie, hat type of girl.
Yeah.
Like, that's just who I was, and I kept looking at these other girls, and I'm like, damn, if I dress like this, maybe I'll get some more clients.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it ain't even how I'm dressing. Maybe it's just they don't know me.
Yeah.
I won't showing them who I was.
Exactly.
And I thought if I showed who I was, they'd be like, oh, she hood, she ghetto. And it's I'm not even hood or ghetto. I'm just regular.
Yeah, like, that's crazy. I used to get that all the time. Like, this is what I had a lot of transitions. So playing football, I got the opportunity like to do that, but I think I was like trying to strip away that, because I was like, oh, I don't like not saying I didn't like the way I sounded, but I'm like, I sound too hood. When I step into these rooms, these people already like they already put, what is it called? Like, they already
perception.
They already put their perception on me, like, already. It's just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I was, for a long time, I was stripping that away from myself. Like, oh no, I can't talk like this. I got to talk a little bit proper. But it would be all mentally. You feel me? I never really made the changes, but it would just be one of those things where like I caught myself stripping myself away. And then I think it was 2018, 2019. I literally got home one day, and I was like, this is not me. And I literally looked at myself in the mirror, and I'm like, fool, like, I don't know what you've been doing, but that, like, you know how they say, don't look at nobody else's lane. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Focus on your lane. So that's what I was like, I'm too busy over here doing this. Like, oh, I think I should be dressing like this, or I think this, you know, I'm like, no, Let me slow myself down. Let me get back to the basics. Let me get, like I got here I got here so far being who I am. So
Right.
continue to, do that. So it was a lot of like self coaching almost.
A lot of self coaching. That's just what it is. I tried it, man. I took myself to Santee Alley, looked at all the cute outfits, realized that I was plus size and they don't go no bigger than large. And I was like, okay, this ain't for me. Back to Walmart and Target we go.
Yeah.
Back to the fitness clothes we go. And ain't nothing wrong with that. And I realized too, if a person just can't accept me for who I am, you ain't gonna be able to accept me during the shoot. Cause I'm the same exact way. I'm not gonna shake your hand. That is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hug you. Either we gonna hug, hey girl. That's you have to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And you gonna be in some uncomfortable rooms, of course. I've been in some uncomfortable rooms.
You right about that.
But God ain't never tell me to switch up and change to fit into them uncomfortable rooms. He just said, hey, this gonna be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's up to you and what you gonna do when you ride this room out. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
But I'm not gonna keep switching up and, oh my God,
Yeah.
oh my God, yeah. I'm not doing that.
It takes too much energy.
It takes a lot of energy out of me just to do that and try to talk professional. This is just how I talk.
Look.
I mean, if you think this is a nigga bitch, it's a nigga bitch. But hey, I mean, I guess I'm a nigga bitch. I don't know. But hey, I mean, other than that, I like who I am. I be chilling.
Yeah.
Walking down the street wearing heels with a camera, holding equipment, and thigh-high boots and the pants that ain't got no button, the crops. I can't do all that shit, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Makeup oxidizing. I can't, no. I can't do that.
Right.
It's just so extra. It's so extra. I ain't even got no earrings today, y'all. Like, I came with a hair wrap, edges done, and I ain't had no retwist in about 7 months.
Man. Hey, look. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we as just people, we need more of like just being organic. Absolutely. That's what that is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why, I don't know. Like I said, the people that I chose, I was like, oh, like, I think this, like I never met you. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like, I'm like, hey, nah, I think she would be cool. And like I said, I don't know why. I don't know how God be doing stuff like this, but he be doing it. And like I said, it's for a reason. You know? Absolutely. Don't let that happen by just, you know what I'm saying? By just coincidence. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, but I'm going to wrap that. I appreciate you for coming on. Absolutely. I can't wait until yours pop off, because yours is coming. You know what I'm saying?
You know what, y'all? I'm still stuck on the name. That's so funny. I don't know if I want to go with the legendary table or legendary lessons. But I'm still stuck. But either I'm probably gonna let the people decide.
You feel me?
What y'all think though?
When you hit me up and told me that, you was like the legendary table. The legendary table, that caught me. I'm like, okay. Like, cause who is it gonna be like this? You gonna bring people on?
Just gonna bring people on, talk your shit, whatever you expect. Hey, what we talking about today?
I feel like that, because off of, like I said, I didn't meet you yet, so I feel like off of your name already, I'm like, that's solid. But then what was the other one? You said legendary.
What did I say? Legendary lessons.
Legendary lessons. That's good too.
But it's basically just gonna be all raw stuff, about experiences that people have with their clients, what they think we do, what they think we should do, why we not doing it. We need to be honest with the client so they can understand, because people really do not understand why we charge what we charge, why we do. They think that we hit a button, we go home, and that's it, and we deliver it to them, and that's not even the case. You're asking me, a 250-pound woman, you're asking me to turn you to 130. You know how long that's gonna take? You know how long I have to use a liquefy tool to do that.
Let's talk about it. Come on, man. Come on, man.
You know how long it's going to take me to shape you from 250 to 130?
Look.
And then at that, you have the audacity to post it, and then your friends got the audacity to comment on it and say, oh, you cute, knowing damn well you 250.
Let's talk about it.
Like,
Let's talk about
this is a full-time job. Call me a graphic designer, goddammit, because that's what we do. And
the truth is, we never shut this thing off. Like our minds are always going. Like, even when we get home, like it's like creative mode. Like, I call, like what you said. You said you was up at 3-something in the last night, right?
Yeah.
I call those times, like the 4 and the 5s. I call those times my creative hours. It's just one of those things. We don't shut this thing off. So, like, for y'all to think that we pull up, we bring out these lights, we bring out first of all this equipment is like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, just by us setting up, it's like,
Bruh,
come on, dog.
This pole itself was probably like $95.
Come on.
I'm just saying, them poles over there that's holding the cameras was probably like $192, and I done bought 3 of them.
Come on,
and
man.
I done lost 3.
Come on.
Okay, so I know that one right there. I know that's a good $250.
Yeah, look, come on, man. C-stands
So
ain't
they
cheap.
they don't understand it, and
Come
they
on,
look at
dog.
it like, well, you chose this field, just like you chose your field.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever
Right.
brand, you not questioning Tesla.
No,
And Tesla
just like
ain't
when you
even
get your
looking
hair
at People
done.
that's sitting on the couch anyway. They targeting people that's actually outside.
Exactly.
They not looking for nobody sitting on their ass at home on the couch. That's why they don't do commercials.
Right.
What the fuck we doing commercials for? They know we the shit. We branded well.
You know what I'm saying?
So that's why I'm telling people, no. At the end of the day, you gonna know who really the shit is. You gonna know.
Exactly.
You gonna know what, like, somebody hit me up today and said, you know any photographers that charge $300? No, I don't. I don't know any photographers that charge $300 and that low budget. I really don't. I'm so sorry. Can't help you. What about videographers? Red.
Crazy.
Cause I don't know. I'm not even gonna put somebody in that position
Yeah.
to drive all the way to you for you to hand them $300. They already got to take a half of that and put it in their tank.
Ooh. See, look. Y'all can
I'm
learn a
not
lot.
doing that. I think I saved it. I think I saved the goddamn industry today, if you ask me. Shit.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey, look, I'm trying to tell you, and if you look, I learned a long time ago. Like, I watched her I watched my wife set her prices, and she started off at $70, y'all. And when I tell you, watching her go through her ups and downs before I really like jumped all the way off the cliff helped me a lot, because she always commend me, Darnell, like, you not afraid of just saying your price or like bumping your price up. And I'm like, because I'm looking at all of the stuff that we get, and I'm looking at all the man hours that we put in editing. I'm just like, even the consultations, I'm like, Brody.
See, people said that I was supposed to be looking at other photographer prices. I never gave a damn about their prices, ever. Your price is your price, because
Facts.
that's how you feel that you are worth.
Facts.
So when other people used to tell me, hey, you supposed to go off your competition. First of all, they're not my competition.
Right.
That's
Let's
another
start
thing.
there.
If they choose to charge $150, that is on them. Do I think they crazy? You damn right, because I'm crazy too. I'm charging this. I'm in the same boat. So
Facts.
we all crazy. You know, that's
Yeah.
why I made that Twitter post. And I seen one dude retweeted. He was like, don't listen to her. She gonna have y'all sitting on bills.
Right.
No. Listen. Because I'm telling you, I don't have to listen to myself too. $250 is not enough.
Yeah, nah.
That ain't enough. Rent $3,200.
Hey, let's talk about it.
That's not enough, bro.
Like, come on now.
I'm just saying.
Come on now.
Because
Like,
next thing you know, next year we're probably gonna be charged for air, and then I'm really gonna have to charge you.
you feel me?
You're gonna have to give me some of that.
Look,
So give him a ventilator, because you're gonna have to
Look,
give me some of that.
look,
You have
it's-
to pay me some way, somehow.
It
I even
gets
was
so
charging
real.
people EBT. Dead ass. I was telling people, you can use your food stamp card with me to take pictures. Give me the card. I'ma snap, and I'll place the order on Walmart pickup. That ain't even work. None work, bro.
look, I'm trying to tell you,
Nothing
bro.
worked.
Trying to
Unless
tell
I
you.
said free, they must have felt like they still had to pay with the EBT. Like, damn, y'all don't want to give me no food.
Like, what's going on, bruh?
I'm like, that y'all can't give me that, man. Orange,
Look.
yeah, Cheeto.
I think what you talked about before we even like start filming, you talked about like when people get their hair done, like they don't, you know what I'm saying? They want what they want and they gonna pay for it.
Man, they play the $450 plus the shipping for a 22-inch. And then at that, you got to install it yourself. And you complaining about my prices?
It's crazy.
I do everything for you. All you got to do is show up.
Show up. Lights be ready. Backdrops be set.
All you got to do is show up. You know what? I also been saying no, too, because makeup.
Okay.
People don't realize. My light is going to capture every detail of your skin.
Ooh.
So
Let's
I
talk
have
about that.
it's in my policy that you have to have a professional makeup artist. If you're not gonna use mine, you gotta use somebody that's a professional MUA, and I have to see him.
Oh,
Because at the end of the day, I have to edit this.
I gotta put that in my contract.
You see what
For
I'm
sure.
saying? You can't do your makeup yourself unless you are a professional MUA and you're licensed, and you can show me. But I'm not taking your pictures and putting myself in a position for you to be insecure on my phone and tell me, hey, I don't like these shots. Can I get a refund? Or I'm calling my bank. You go ahead and you call your bank.
I'm gonna
That bank
transfer. I'm
account
gonna
is now
transfer them
closed.
funds.
You go ahead and call the bank. That bank account is now closed. Try to catch me.
I'm gonna transfer them funds.
Like, no, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Boy, stop
But
playing.
no, for real, I had so many clients. I told them that lately too. Like, I've missed out on I wouldn't say missed out, but I probably dodged a bullet with a lot of people lately
Yeah.
because they didn't like how my policy went.
Right.
As far as like, I had one client. She was like, how you gonna tell me I gotta have a makeup artist? I said, well, are you doing digitals? Is this like digitals for like an agency, or are we doing a whole full time photo shoot? This is
Right.
a full photo shoot. And she's like, yeah, this is a full photo shoot, but I can do my makeup myself. Well, you go ahead. And then when you get your camera and you get your pole, you let me know how that go. But I'm not doing it, honey. I'm sorry. I'm not
Tap
gonna,
in with me and tell me how it go.
no, I'm not doing it. And I feel like a lot of people should be saying no. Shit, Tesla say no.
Yeah.
Credit Karma say no.
Yeah. For
Capital
sure.
One say no.
And I think that's important. A lot of people, that's just another story. Like, just like what you know is very important.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I think just as recently, it hurt, but I was like, yeah, nah, I can't take that. Nah, I can't take that. I'm cool.
That shit ain't hurt me. I know I would have been hurting twice as bad if I would have did it.
Facts.
I know that I can.
Hindsight,
I can,
2020.
I can smell a difficult client from a mile away, like a pan of macaroni and cheese. I
Facts.
swear to God, do not. I always tell them I don't think I'm a good fit.
Yeah.
I don't feel I'm a good fit. I had people that felt like I should hold days for them without them securing me with a deposit.
What it up? Ooh.
I'm not holding this day for you.
Let's talk. Okay.
If you hit me up today and you know what day you want and I just want to make sure. Well, you go ahead and you make sure, but I can't promise you that day is gonna be ready when
Not
you
at
get
all.
back, Pooh.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's just what that is.
We are in a space and time where everything is weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, just hearing that, like that, it's like the amount of stuff that we go through is crazy. But this is why we do the stuff we do. This is why we charge the stuff we. It's a reason for all of this. I remember my mentor was telling me, he said, "You'll always know who you working."
Get this mentor info.
Oh no, I'm a for sure link you. Matter of fact, she shot at his studio, right? No. It was probably, I don't know. It was probably, I think you probably shot at his studio before.
Hey yo, you look like Lorenz Tate and the dude from Cole, or the dude
Oh
from
my
Cole
God,
from Martin
bro.
at the same time.
Oh
That
my
is so
God.
funny. That is hilarious.
Here we
I
go.
know that's not even a part of the podcast, but that is so funny.
People say that all the time.
He hit me with
bro.
Lorenz Tate, and he went like this. He looked like Cole from Martin. I was like, damn.
Cole. Oh my God.
Yeah, you definitely
bruh.
giving Lorenz Tate.
Man,
But you know what?
so
He
many
had his
people-
moment with a photographer too. So hey, look,
You know what I'm saying?
hey,
Nah, so my mentor, he told me, he said, you'll always know who you dealing with in the consultation. So he was just like, I remember I was working with somebody and they was not saying they was asking a lot of questions, which is good. You always want to ask a lot of questions just to know what what you're dealing with.
Right.
But it was like they start getting complicated, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay, because I just started, and I was, getting my feet wet, and I was like, I'm gonna still take the client, and he was just like, bruh, he was, I'm gonna let you know now, I've done a lot of weddings. He talked about weddings a lot because he was like, dealing with like,
Right.
people that want everything perfect, but he was just like, bruh, you will always know who you working with in the consultation, in the small, it be the smallest stuff. You be like, oh yeah, oh no, I don't know about this person. You know what I'm saying? But like how you said, saying no can take you a long way.
it definitely can.
You know what I'm saying? For sure. But before we leave, I do want you to tell the people where they can find you on.
Find me on.
Yeah, like social, like Twitter.
got
She
you, I got
she go
you.
crazy on Twitter, y'all.
Listen, I don't know what it is about Twitter, man. I was trying to
Man.
think about what the post that I was holding my phone for like 20 minutes. And I was like, maybe fucking, I don't know what to say today. I say something, Mom.
Man.
But y'all can follow me on Instagram at legendaryshots.p. And then on Twitter, it's legendaryshotsp. It's no dot. But on Instagram, just follow me up there. I don't post a lot on Instagram right now, y'all, but I'm going to get to it. I don't got no New Year resolution. But I'm going to get to it, though, whenever I get ready. But I'm definitely going to hit y'all with a podcast, and they're going to be my first guest, okay? You ain't see her pretty face yet, I don't think. But you going to see her on mine. Because I'm going to bring them both.
That's my wife,
We got a
man.
love story going on over here.
Man,
okay?
I appreciate you for coming on. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, do all that. You know what I'm saying? Bust that down. But like I said, I appreciate you for coming through.
Absolutely.
You didn't know me from a can of paint, but you trusted it. You came. You met my wife. And I just appreciate you for coming through and just dropping that knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, I feel like, need to. They need to know, like, what's your perspective on things, you know what I'm saying, and how you see things. That like, it's very important. So I just want to say thank you for coming through. I appreciate you, and I can't wait until, to hop on yours.
I know. I don't even know when I'm gonna drop it, but just y'all inspired me today. Now I gotta make some lasagna and talk about y'all tonight. Ain't that some shit?
Man,
I
look,
really like y'all, man. What y'all doing is really cool. Having people come up here and talk about, the stuff that they experience, actually, so people can see through the lens, okay?
Yeah.
Through the 35, the 70 by 200,
feel
whatever,
me?
however you want to see it, the 25 by 24 by 70, however you want to see it.
Yeah.
It need to be seen. So I like the fact that y'all doing this.
For sure, man.
Y'all need to get up here together. Sit up in the queen seat. Tell them what it is.
No, my first one, she was in.
Oh, for real?
Yep. We got some more coming. We got some more. They
Yes.
actually like it. They actually like it.
I bet they do.
They like it,
that's
man.
Black excellence and Black love all in one.
Yeah, man.
It's a beautiful thing.
For sure.
Size 5.5.
All right, y'all, man. Thank y'all. And, you know what I'm saying? Stay tuned for another one. Peace.